edutainment. It's basically school trying to masquerade itself as a video game, but generally fails miserably. You know, no matter how much ketchup you pour on a steaming poop, you can still taste the fecal matter. These games are often seen as less enjoyable, mostly because of their aim at a very young audience. The fact that your character probably doesn't die, the low difficulty level, and the fact that knowledge is being shoved down your throat instead of a War Orcs BFG. Some edutainment titles actually gained popularity in the 90s, most notably Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, though we can probably thank the TV show and its outrageous theme song for that. I admit, I'm somewhat fascinated by edutainment. Mostly for comical reasons, but also because some inexplicable force draws me in and compels me to seek out the minuscule nuggets of gratification that are encrusted beneath the superficial surface of some piece of software trying to tell me how to find Paraguay on a map. To make us yearn to learn even more, developers occasionally even used popular mascots to lure unsuspecting individuals to play edutainment titles. Do you remember Mario's Time Machine? How about Donkey Kong Jr. Math? And what about Bubsy and Calculus Planet? Okay, that one never happened, but it certainly could have. And there's one more popular character who failed to escape edutainment's frosty grip. Walt Disney's love child, Mickey Mouse. Today we're going to look at Mickey Mouse's 2 educational outings on the NES. Are they worthwhile titles for your gaming library? Or do they smell like Goofy's outhouse? Let's trek on and find out. Mickey's Safari in Letterland was released on March 13th, 1993, pretty late in the console's lifespan. You can tell he's ready for a safari by the hat and the crotch-suffocating shorts. Guess he isn't looking to have any kids. Mickey is opening a flashy museum because he's fully qualified for this. But the only thing he wants to display is letters, something literally found everywhere else on Earth. But it's up to you to help him find letters all over the world so his museum won't totally suck. Choose your level of difficulty: normal, advanced, or super advanced. For now, I'll pick normal because I am infantile. Mickey can visit the Yukon, a murky swamp, a dank forest, Pyramid, the jungle, and finally, the Caribbean. Alright, let's kick things off in the Yukon. And apparently we're going to drive there. Luckily, Goofy has a rundown jalopy to drive us to the flippin' Yukon! Welcome to the Great White North.
Take off to the Great White North. Take off. It's a beauty way to go.
You also have an additional goal of spelling a 3-letter word by collecting these pink jewels. But instead of just grabbing them, Mickey needs a net. They're really not hard to find. Also, Mickey can never die. Unless it's 2024, his copyright expires, and someone animates him dying in a gruesome fashion. Grab the petrified cow turd at the end of the level to move on. If you collected the 3 jewels, you'll get the word spelled out. Mickey actually has vocal clips in this game, which is surprising. Then Mickey tosses the turd into Goofy's machine and processes the hell out of it to become a letter, which you must then place in the correct position. And then you move on to the next location. Let's check out the swamp. Gosh, you're gonna pay me for the gas, right? Yuck, yuck. Well, those are some haunted mushrooms right there. Unlike real life, if you step on an alligator, he tosses you in the air. I figured he'd try and eat Mickey's leg or something. Oh, and despite all the platforms, falling in the water causes no damage. Yay! And now we have our second letter for the museum. Oh boy! In the forest, friendly porcupines pace endlessly in their quest to passively prevent you from founding an alphabet museum. Mickey shows off a new move here as well, crawling into tight spaces, something a mouse should probably be able to do. But every time you pop out, he has to stop, readjust his hat, and dust off his shorts. This seems trivial to mention, but when he does this every single time, it unnecessarily slows down the gameplay. Same when he falls a distance. But we got our next letter, and we move on. Next is the pyramid, complete with Koopas, scarabs, and... Wait, I've seen that serpent somewhere before. But where? Leave a comment below if you recognize it, because I certainly don't right now. Oh, and subscribe! And is that a duck pharaoh? The pyramid is a bit maze-like, but still not that difficult to navigate. And we got another letter, plus an... Visiting the jungle is hardly a thrill. I really wanted to say something of value about this area, but honestly it's just a straightforward level with nothing really new introduced. As for the Caribbean, it's far more tropical than I expected. Where are all the cabanas selling alcoholic drinks out of coconuts? All we get are giant sandcastles that make me think Mickey Mouse is being depicted as the size of an actual mouse. Now that we've completed all 6 levels, we now have 6 letters to display in Mickey's fabulous museum. Okay, that's clearly more than 6. Scrooge McDuck comes out to celebrate because he's probably a primary investor in this cockamamie project. Letter jewels dance by, and... the end. That's it. No more. But I'm not satisfied. I didn't stock up Mickey's museum with enough letters. It will receive poor reviews in the Disneyland Gazette, go bankrupt, and Mickey will be forced to live on the streets scouring discarded pizza boxes for leftover cheese content. I can't let that happen. I have to be the best museum curator of all time. I must take on Super Advanced. This won't be easy. There are 26 letters of the alphabet to collect, so that means 26 levels of Mickey dusting himself off. Can I do it? Let's find out.
Nut.
I've done it! I've really done it! Now this museum is going to rock! Some of the levels really do have you searching high and low and provide a much more mature challenge, but still you'll get a letter every single time, so don't sweat it too much. Plus, beating the game on Super Advanced lets you see the credit roll. Thanks, Alice Dare, for your hard work. Mickey's Safari in Letterland isn't terrible by any means, and the higher difficulty makes it feel like a real game instead of just an educational time sink. It's certainly playable, and if you're looking for a way to get children to learn their letters, there are definitely worse ways to do it. Mickey's Adventures, or just Adventure if you look at the box art, in Numberland, arrived a year later in March of 1994, making it one of the final titles for the NES. Oh no, high-tech expressions again! Oh no! Instead of opening up a museum, Mickey turns to fighting crime. That dastardly Pete has stolen a ton of numbers from Numberland. Sheriff McDuck here enlists you to retrieve the numbers 1 through 10 to restore order in the land, or else it will just become a mathless barren wonderland. Ah, phooey! Again, you can choose your difficulty, be it normal, advanced, or super advanced. But there's a major difference here. On Super Advanced mode, you can die. That's right, Mickey Mouse will die if your skills are too shabby. Maybe that'll motivate this rodent to get his tail in gear. He'll find numbers in 5 different areas. The Hip Number City, a Number Factory, the Space Center, the Number Museum, and eventually, Pete's Hideout. Let's visit Number City first. Is he a basketball player too? Here we have to collect the number 1. Trading his safari clothing for street-savvy gear, Mickey enters a giant building, collecting red balls while seeking out numbers. That's not a 1, sir. Try again. Well, for some reason I didn't grab it before entering the TARDIS, but hopefully things work out. After the level, I have to do some brief mathematics that I totally messed up. Completing this gives you the number anyhow, so why do anything of value in a level other than to get to the end quickly? At the Space Center, let's grab the number 5. Weird robots aside, I think the funky gravity is the key player in this level. It's fun having Mickey float about like he had too many mimosas. Plus you can enter a rocket ship. Rad-tastic! I grabbed the correct number, did a basketball thing, and then I'm off. Next, Mickey visits the museum, hopping on chandeliers like he owns the place and awkwardly avoiding goofy statues. This must be a dinosaur museum, hence the skeletal artifacts. The number factory yields more frolic and mayhem. I don't know why numbers need to be manufactured when they're more or less an abstract concept. We don't need anyone churning out random numbers. Shut this place down. I don't care how many jobs we're gonna lose. This is an inefficient use of the non-renewable resources of Numberland. Okay, moving on. Actually, it turns out that each area has 2 numbers to capture, so we have to visit them all twice. And you can't visit Pete's hideout until you find the first 8 numbers. So off we go to adventure! After completing an area, we have to stop by Donald Duck's place to drop off the missing loot. I love the missing posters for numbers, like someone's gonna call Crime Stoppers with a hot tip on the number 7. Completing all those levels gives you access to Pete's hideout. It's a bit shoddily put together, and there are bags of millipede-filled hay everywhere. Regardless, we have to find the last missing numbers here, which Mickey eventually does, and he revisits the museum to count slowly.
2, 3.
Sheriff Donald craps his duck pants with glee, despite looking constipated. And I get a game over screen. Well, that certainly wasn't worth doing. But you know me. I can't leave Mickey's Adventures in Numberland like this. I have to succeed to the max. I have to complete this game on super advanced level to see what this game really has up its sleeve. Let's do this. Well, I learned one thing. You can not only attack enemies with the balls you find, but you can also lose your life. Poor Mickey.
What you, Mickey?
And actually, playing through Super Advanced mode wasn't worth a damn. Sheriff Duck still looks like he sat on a popsicle stick, and the only difference is that we get to see the staff credits. Thanks, Damien Borg.
We are the Borg. Lower your shields and surrender your ships. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own.
Game over. Thank you very much. You're terrible. Well, I think that's about all the edutainment I can handle for now. Right? Right? Oh no! Thank you for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so that you can better, shall we say, educate yourself on cool video games? Yeah, I'm a dork.